sleep. So I don't know what Marvin Hagler died, but he was a middleweight champion. Fought Sugar Ray, lost, and fought Thomas Hearns, and had like the greatest fight in the history of boxing, prize fighting. So condolences to the friends and family and fans of Marvin Hagler. He was a great fighter. I don't know if he was what kind of guy he was, but Thomas Hearns said that they were friends after they fought. Anybody having not seen the fight between Marvin Hagler and Thomas Hearns, go look it up. It is a classic. It is a great fight. So you gotta look that up on Google. Thomas Hearns and Marvin Hagler fight, and you gotta check it out, man. That's one of the best fights ever. If you're a sports fan, if you're not, just forget about the whole thing. Don't worry about it. All right, we're gonna take a little break here. We'll be right back, right after this.
You're listening to a man who's so sexy it's completely ridiculous. Mr. Anthony Scott Dover. Yummy.
All right, sticking with sports, just for a second here. All right, thank you. Yeah, right. Woohoo! All right. Sticking with sports. No, that sound effect was a little bit longer than I anticipated. Tiger Woods is out of the hospital. He tweeted that he's home and resting, and he appreciates all the fans and all this good stuff. But Tiger Woods' PR team announced that Tiger Woods is going to be back promoting his video game. Tiger Woods used to make a video game with EA Sports, and he stopped doing it, and then they started making the video game with Rory McIlroy, which didn't sell nearly as well as the Tiger Woods video game. So Tiger Woods is coming back, but he's not with EA Sports anymore. He's going to do his video game with Y2K. Those of you who are familiar with video games know that I think that's what the company's called, Y2K. They do the NBA game that's so popular. So they're going to now do a Tiger Woods video game, and Tiger is advising them on it because they've made video games before, golf video games, and what the gamer said is those games suck. That Y2K, their golf games suck. So maybe it'll be better now that Tiger Woods is involved, for those of you who love golf. All right. Moving on. There's been a lot of stuff in the news. There's some stuff that I touched on the last podcast, or the podcast before that, that was the situation that came about because of the Oprah interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. I don't even remember the guy's last name. He's a prince, which is silly, by the way. I mean, the royal family, the whole concept of it is nonsensical. It really is, because this royal family, they're not actually ruling England. They're not making any decisions as far as the government is concerned. So they're really just living there. I don't know what they're doing, actually. All I know is they've collected a lot of tax money for the royal family, and they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. So they're really just, royalty. I don't know why though. It's so antiquated. It's outdated. Kings used to actually rule the land that they were the king of. They made the decisions. So this royal family, they don't make the decisions. So Great Britain has a prime minister, and that prime minister is similar to our president, who governs the country and makes the decisions over everyone else. Then they have the Senate as well, a parliament. So anyway, the royal family's fallout because of the Oprah interview set off a chain reaction. And it was Piers Morgan criticizing Meghan Markle. Piers Morgan criticizing Meghan Markle. And that turned into a big discussion on the show The Talk between Sharon Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood, the comedian who is a co-host on the show. For those of you who don't know, so what happened was Meghan Markle tells Oprah that she has been, I'm paraphrasing now, she didn't say these exact words. I found that sometimes if you don't say the exact words of someone, that it could get you in trouble. But anyway, I'm sure none of them will hear this or care. But anyway, basically what Meghan Markle said is that the royal family and the staff of the royal family treated her so bad that she didn't want to be alive anymore. She wanted to die because she thought maybe this will help if I'm just not alive. And that is terrible. That mentally they tore up this girl's mind so badly that she just didn't want to live anymore. And so she's telling Oprah this, and basically Prince Harry was disowned for marrying a black girl. Now this happens, and those of us who have dated someone who was white has probably had the conversation with that person who told them, and I've dated white women before, and I've had one white lady when I was younger said if my parents knew that I dated you, that they'd disown me. And so this is like a common thing amongst white people, you know what I'm saying? If you're not dating another white person, then they're not gonna, a lot of times they won't be too fond of that union. So Prince Harry, basically he's been disowned for marrying a black girl. And Meghan Markle told Oprah during this interview that she had with her about everything that was going on and how she felt suicidal, and they basically left the castle and moved out on their own. And Harry was basically been cut off. Now, he did have some money that he inherited from his mother. His mother apparently set up some trust funds for both of her boys, just in case this happened. Just in case this happened, they set up some trust funds. So Harry had some money, not a lot of money, but he basically was disowned by the royal family for marrying a black girl. That's the gist of it. Some people might say, well, that's what happened. Like I said, most black people, whether you're a woman, but there's more interracial couples that are black man and white woman. I don't know why that is. There are some that are white man, black woman, but most are black man, white woman. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one who has had a discussion with the woman he's dating, if she just happened to be white, about how she'll be disowned. I've never heard a black girl tell me, I dated a white guy and his family disowned him. I don't know why that would, is different in that way, but this was the way it was with Harry. They didn't tell him they were going to disown him. They just, told him that they weren't going to take care of his wife, that they weren't going to pay for her. They were concerned about how dark their kid would be because she was pregnant at the time. They've had that baby since that time, and she's pregnant with another kid now. But this is my opinion that he's basically just been disowned by his family for marrying a black girl. If he had married a white girl, he'd still be in the castle. He'd still be living there. So part of the fallout from this was that idiot dickface Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan's a media guy. He has his own talk show over in England. Piers Morgan, for those of you who are not familiar with Piers Morgan, he used to be on the show as one of the judges. Here in the U.S., the show called America's Got Talent. Maybe you've heard of it. It was a popular show at one time. I think it's still on the air, actually. Or it probably was shut down because of COVID. But they'll probably, bring it back when things open up. That show was mostly a reality show. And so the show is based on a lot of acts that they're going to have. So they couldn't really do that show anymore. It was hard. It would have been hard to do it, I'm sure. But in any case, I digress. Talking about Harry and Meghan and this jackass Piers Morgan, who criticized. The reason I'm calling him a jackass because he criticizes Meghan Markle and says, I don't believe a word that comes. Yeah, you do believe it. You know everything she's saying true. You just, for whatever reasons, well, she's a pretty girl. She's a good looking girl. Piers Morgan had a crush on Meghan Markle. Piers Morgan met Meghan Markle, and they hung out when they met, and they had a conversation. He said it lasted for 90 minutes, and so he's like a little nerd who talks to the captain of the cheerleading squad. Maybe they have a class together, a science class, and the nerd helps the cheerleader, and she's nice to him. But at the end of the day, you're not going to get to bang her just because she's nice to you, dude. So she's going to go back to the star quarterback.